They thought they broke you. They threw their insults, their mockery, their disrespect, expecting you to flinch, expecting you to fight for their approval. That's what weak people do. They provoke, they push, they test you just to see if they can get inside your head. They crave a reaction. They need to see you crumble because in their twisted little world, your pain is their victory. But you gave them nothing. No anger, no frustration, no desperate need to prove yourself. Just silence. And that silence, oh, it's louder than any scream. Now, they're the ones left wondering, left replaying every word in their minds, questioning themselves, doubting whether they really won that little game they played. That's the thing about silence. It forces people to listen to their own thoughts. And their own thoughts, that's their biggest nightmare. They expected you to explode, to defend yourself, to beg for respect. Instead, you just smiled. Maybe a little smirk, maybe a glance that said, "You don't even matter." And that is what's killing them. Not your words, not your anger, but the absence of it. They don't realize that silence is its own kind of war. It's a slow, creeping kind of destruction. It plants seeds of doubt inside their minds, twisting and turning, growing until it consumes them. At first, they feel victorious, thinking they've won. But then, something shifts. The laughter dies down. The crowd disperses. And they're left alone with their thoughts. Alone with the realization that you never reacted. And that bothers them. That eats at them. They wonder why. They wonder if they were insignificant to you. It shatters them. People think power comes from being the loudest in the room, from dominating conversations, from making others feel small. But real power is walking into a room and saying nothing, yet everyone feels your presence. Real power is when people can't stop thinking about you long after you've left. Why didn't they react? Are they planning something? Did I mess up? That paranoia? That's the revenge they never saw coming. Let them talk. Let them throw their little words like they mean something. Words only hurt those who believe them. You don't even acknowledge them because you know the truth words are cheap. People who rely on words are weak. They need them to feel important. They need them to convince themselves they matter. But you let your silence do the talking. You let them drown in the emptiness of your indifference. They'll try again. Oh, they'll try. They'll poke, they'll prod, they'll test the limits of your patience just to see if there's a crack, just to see if you'll break. But you won't, because you're not playing their game. You're playing a different one. A game where control isn't about shouting the loudest, but about making others feel small without even lifting a finger. You see, weak people need an audience. They need validation. But when you stop giving them attention, when you strip them of the reaction they crave, they fade, they wither, they lose their power. And one day, they'll realize they never had any power over you. They'll realize you're always 10 steps ahead. They'll realize that the moment they disrespected you and you stayed silent, they lost. Because the strongest weapon isn't rage, isn't revenge, isn't even words. The strongest weapon is a cold, calculated silence. That's exactly what you gave them. They realize you never needed to fight. You never needed to argue. You never needed to prove anything to anyone. Because the truth is, real power doesn't chase approval. Real power doesn't beg to be respected. So, let them keep talking. Let them keep trying. Let them burn themselves out in their own desperate attempts to break you. But you stay silent. And when the dust settles, noise fades, when all that's left is them and the echo of their own words, they'll finally understand. You won without saying anything.